Starting in 2, 1, 3. Batman symbol 42, 3, 2, 1. Ampersand Batman symbol 2, 1. Go! Marley and Hunter are at it again. Nintendo news, Pokemon battle strategies, and just general life in general. All that and more on this week's Chatter Café. Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Chatter Café. I had to look at that really quick to figure out what that was. Welcome. You made it a week, and now we're here again. Almost weren't here.
Yeah.
Hunter. I'll just say we were almost here again, Hunter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about it, and then I texted you like, "Are we doing it?"
I would hope so.
Like, what's? Yeah.
So yeah, we're back. Welcome.
We're back.
The
All
other
right.
person who listens to this.
Yeah. So I bought I bought some shoes like on Black Friday. I bought them off like a drug dealer. I went like right after. I went to like the Promenade in LA. There's like that 4-story mall like kind of near there. So like I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day.
Have you been playing Brawl?
That wasn't the joke.
Oh, you've been tripping.
I bought them. I don't know. He laced them.
Right,
the drug dealer.
You've been tripping balls.
Okay, not the best joke.
You gotta try it better.
I'll put together a better one next time we record 2 weeks from now.
We'll have more time actually.
So like we only did the bi-weekly thing. Like
it actually helped more than you think.
Okay, yeah, we skipped a week. I guess we didn't do one for
because
1 week.
I wasn't here.
That? Yeah. Oh yeah, you were
we'll
on
talk
a cruise.
about that in
Dude.
life updates.
Well, let's just
that was the subway.
How was your cruise? How was your cruise?
Rather shitty. First of all, I didn't actually want to go, and
why not?
I don't like being out of the house. I'm one of those people who I need technology. Like I am the stereotype of this generation, which kind of sucks because it was basically 3 days without Wi-Fi, except for when we were docked. I still had service, and then we were out at sea for a day. Then we got to Mexico, and there was this one restaurant that we went to that had Wi-Fi, so I was there for like an hour, but then we went back. So it wasn't all too bad in retrospect, but like still. And we were still like doing stuff, but I wanted to use my phone, but I couldn't.
Yeah. I saw you tweeting a lot of it.
Yeah, when I could tweet about it, I did.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Rather shitty
Spend that
as well
long.
too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
We didn't have that many leftovers, which is good for once. We're usually eating Thanksgiving leftovers for like 2 weeks, and it only lasted like a day.
Oh.
That was good though. The good food was good, but I really rather didn't care for the day itself.
Do any Black Friday shopping?
No. I stayed home and did a Black Smash Day.
What about like Cyber Monday?
No, I know that Nintendo had Cyber Monday stuff going on, but by that time we were leaving or already on. No, it was the week after. Never mind. What am I talking about? those 2 weeks kind of just meshed together at this point because they were both equally like meh. Yeah, I mean, because on the cruise, like, the boat was nice, it was clean, but the workers, the staff, they were really like rude and like just completely non-helpful.
Yeah.
And on a cruise, that's what you go for, is like an experience, like being pampered and cared for, I guess.
So not only did you not want to go, like, even if you did want to go, it was an unpleasant experience.
And the food wasn't even that good, like, because it's like buffet food most of the time. And then the dinners were like really fancy, and my body is not made for fancy these days. So like it was a small portion, and like only one time out of the whole cruise I had this a hamburger that was really good, but other than that, it was a really, really poor experience.
Okay. Out of 10, what would you rate it? That whole cruise?
4. Yep.
Really?
It was nice to look at the sea at night, and I stood out on the what's it called, the dock, not the dock, what's the hallway of the ship that's pointing outside, that thing.
That poop deck?
No. It's just the outer part of the ship that lets you look outside and feel the wind. I was standing there a lot of the time.
Oh, on the sides? Yeah, I don't know what that's called.
But that was my place, and it was nice.
I mean, was seeing like Mexico and stuff, like going
Mexico,
over there pretty
was
cool?
like
Or
LA.
like...
Because the place.
Okay, so it was like the more developed
The place
part.
where we went to was Ensenada, Mexico. It's like only like 80 miles away from San Diego.
Oh.
So it's not that different. They still have like McDonald's and Starbucks, and like, but it was all Mexican.
Yeah, I know like northern Mexico is like basically the U.S.
So it was basically when we got off the ship, it was just a street, and that's all we could really go to because the boat docked at 10, and we had to be back by 4. So we didn't have that much time to look around that much. But the streets were filled with vendors just trying to get you to buy stuff, and the kids were selling slingshots. That's one thing you don't see in America is kids selling weapons.
Weapons.
This one girl, when we got off the ship, there was like this hallway that led us out to the main street, and in the hallway it was like really dark, and this girl walked up to us, and it looked like she was selling. She had like these pictures of kids, and it sounded like she was selling the kids. But I think she said braids or something like that. Like she was showing pictures of like hairstyles, and she was like, "I'll give you a braid" or something like that. But at first, it looked like she was approaching us to sell her kids.
That's weird. Okay.
Mexico was just really the same. I didn't feel like I went anywhere.
And you do see like little kid vendors and stuff, and like some of the beaches in LA at night, like, well, not LA, but like if you walk around like Santa Monica like 2-3 a.m., it's an entirely different world.
Yep.
Like it's really kind of like young, like weird vendor-y kind of thing. A lot of like hobos. It's kind of funny actually. One time I went there and it was like the weirdest experience. There was like drumming circles, and like I had like a ukulele somehow, and it was just the weirdest thing.
There's only one rule.
Someone gave me a ukulele.
Rule of High Club. Get high.
Dude, they were all so high. I think I've told you about this once before. It was the greatest. It was like the weirdest thing. It's an entirely new world. It is. It's like it's pretty great.
It's interesting.
I'm sure Mexico was like. Probably, especially because you were around the coast of Mexico too.
It was. It was really like. Kind of reminded me of like Santa Monica or Carpinteria, and like the structure of the town, but like the people were kind of pushy. Even there, like the whole trip, I was like treated like rudely by everybody but my family.
I mean, I've never been to Mexico, but I hear it's like basically the U.S., like the northern part. Even like the parts are like stereotypically like less developed. I hear like that's not really the case anymore.
They had a whole bunch of 7-Elevens on that street.
Really?
Yeah, there was like 5 different ones, and oddly enough, not run by an Indian person.
You know, I've been to China before, and like, you know, the whole stereotype about like there being like McDonald's everywhere in China. It's actually not like that, but there is a lot of KFCs. Like every other street corner in like Beijing or like Shanghai like has a KFC. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. But except like it's like not Kentucky Fried Chicken at all. It's like
Chinese
they
fried
just have
chicken.
they have completely different menus there.
Yeah. Different
They
countries
like,
have different things.
You want like duck burger? This is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, no, duck isn't chicken, people.
I think the cruise that we're on had like a whole bunch of like retired people, or like some company trip, some Asian company trip. There was just like a lot of
really?
I think they were Vietnamese or Chinese, one of the two. Just a whole bunch
Probably
of
Vietnamese.
old people on the ship. Like there was no people my age. There was no kids. Maybe that's why I only got 3 street passes the whole time.
I'm surprised you got any, actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty... Alright. Well, I'm sorry you had lackluster just cruise.
2 weeks. Yeah, this week was 2 weeks.
White people problems.
White people problems.
This was the shittiest cruise ever.
I looked up reviews when I...
Just go into a foreign
reviews,
country.
Reviews of the cruise ship when I got back, and they were like, this is the worst cruise ship ever.
Wow, first world problems.
Yeah.
Wow. Alright. No, it does sound pretty lackluster, though. Well, alright. I'm sorry you had such a pathetic few weeks.
It was an excuse to get out of the house, which I don't do most of the time.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Got to go to Mexico, even if it was just like a street.
Yeah, when we got off, I was like, wow, this is a great street. I think it would have been different if we were like in Mexico for like a night, but...
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Alright.
And now we can go whenever we want because we have passports.
Oh, yeah. I had, not a bad last couple of weeks, I guess. Thanksgiving, I was going to spend with my family, but, like, my mom ended up going to my uncle's place, and my uncle's wife, I guess my aunt, no one likes her. She doesn't like anybody.
Oh.
She's just like a bitchy white girl, but really, really bad and Jewish. Like, I don't know. She's Jewish. I don't mean that in like a bad way or anything, but like, she is actually Jewish. like, I don't know. She got like pissed at the very idea that my grandma brought up the idea of like having a Christmas tree because she's Jewish. She gets this whole fight, and I was like, wow, like this just sounds terrible. It's like when I learned that she was going there, I was like, I don't want to go there. And even like my brother was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to Laura's. And then like my little brother, I guess, had to go or whatever. And then my sister was like, yeah, I basically didn't go with you on Thanksgiving because you went to Laura's. Like, nobody went except my mom. And then my mom was going to go to a friend of the family's place, which I would have gone to. The great people, but she ended up not going. So what I did instead was I basically hung out with our friend Hannah. Actually, her family has like this crazy thing in like Malibu. That I guess they have a house in Malibu that they go to, and like it was really nice, really cool property. And after that, I tried going to my dad's, and my dad was asleep already. It was pretty early too, actually. They went to sleep pretty early, probably because my little sister. And So I tried to spend it with both my parents, but then when I went to my dad's at like 8, he was like asleep. And then when I went to my mom's, I didn't want to really go. And so right after that, Hannah's cousin and her boyfriend went Black Friday shopping. And I didn't get shoes from a drug dealer. I didn't buy anything, actually. That was just for the joke.
That's the joke.
I did get like a pretzel dog or something, I don't know, because I was hungry. And then after that was really uneventful. I just focused a lot on school, and because studying a lot for finals and stuff.
Oh yeah, speaking of school, I'm not in that theater thing anymore because I went on the cruise and they're like, well, you missed this really important day, and sorry.
Oh, I really wanted to see that. Oh. Apparently you look cute when you look up.
Yep.
I wanted to see how cute you were. Did you have like a line or something? Like
No, I mean it's my story.
Wow.
The class is basically you make true stories about yourself, and you put a little theater kick to it.
I'm sorry.
That's what solo is, yeah.
But let's see. I feel like other things happen. The other day, at Lodge, I got installed as an officer, and
Tell me the secrets of the universe.
I can't really.
Oh.
Yeah, there's secrets. No. Like, actually it was public. I could have invited anybody, but I didn't know that. No one really told me. I just got handed like 10 invitations, and I'm like, I don't know 10 Masons I'm gonna invite. Like, one would be my brother Kelly, but he like moved to Japan. Like,
already? Yeah,
he's there now. He's in his dorm and everything. But like, it's afternoon there. But like, but then like when I went there was just a bunch of people there, and I'm like, oh, I could have invited anybody. Like 10 any people. Like, I was supposed to like have like a date and just some random stuff. I don't know. I just didn't do any of that. But yeah, I got installed, and then I did a photography, like a photo shoot actually, earlier that day, and then I went there, put on like my suit, and then
what the hell happened this weekend? Like, you didn't text me at all regarding anything regarding the show.
I was really busy all weekend. I'm trying to think, what did I do? I did a bunch of stuff. I was so busy this whole weekend. Surely that wasn't the only thing yesterday. No, I did something on Friday. I don't know what I did. I think I did a photo shoot. Yeah. I was supposed to hang out with a friend of ours. I don't know. Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't say. Never mind. Well, has Angela talked to you?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. Something crazy happened with... Not Angela. Angela's just freaking out about things. Angela's like, you know how she gets.
Yeah.
She freaked out about something someone else did. And, like, I don't know.
Ooh, juicy.
One, I'm not sure if I should say it at all, and especially not on a podcast.
You can tell me later, right?
Probably, yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
She was telling everybody, and no one's even supposed to know, so... But yeah, I was supposed to hang out with him and Angela, but we were supposed to go on a photo shoot, and like that never happened because Angela like didn't text us the entire day. We were like, Angela, hello.
Sounds like you.
But then like she like responded like way later. She was like, hey, sorry guys, I'm out with my family. Like maybe we'll be back. And then we were like, okay, sure, we'll just wait, because we invited her like to like go out like shooting with us, but then like she just like never ended up coming back, and then I don't know, we ended up just never going because Angela like never got back from her family trip. She was texting us the entire time, but so yeah.
Oh well.
That was my couple weeks, I don't know, 2 weeks.
And this last week is the last week of school.
Yay! Oh my god.
And then Hunter's going back to work.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna be working on like a movie set. By the way, I got a job or something, I guess, working on a movie set.
Ooh.
Some guy that I know from Lodge was like, "Hey, you're interested in this kind of stuff, right?" I'm like, "I guess, yeah." Then he was like, "Cool. You're gonna be like doing like cameras or something." I'm like, "Cool."
Interesting.
So yeah, in January, I guess.
Speaking of work, he's gonna give us a capture card, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is going to channel updates, I guess.
Yeah.
So like, well, we don't have like any of this confirmed that we're definitely doing this or anything, but we wanted to do like a co-op let's play, and like I play Alpha Sapphire and he plays Omega Ruby, and like we like battle. It's like we're both playing side by side each episode, except like it's gonna be one episode of my playthrough, one episode of his playthrough, and then we're gonna like have like rival battles. Like we'll be each other's rivals, and then like I don't know. I think it'd be pretty fun, but we're not entirely sure. It's not a thing yet because we haven't uploaded anything. But like, it's gonna be a while before we even get a capture card anyway. So
But when that happens, we can do so many things.
yeah, so we can battle people, like just battle people, like YouTube people. I don't know. It'd be fun, like what some people do, I guess, munching orange and like what
Some people. What ...
everybody.
Basically.
I mean, like it'd be cool to have like little competitive battles, like other YouTubers.
If they had ever noticed us.
Yeah.
Somebody noticed.
We were also, well, it was just me personally. If you guys know about Pokemon Insurgents, it's like from the guy that made the ROMs Zeta Omnicrom. Like, he's doing a new one called Insurgents, and I kind of wanted to play it, and like maybe do like a Nuzlocke of that or something, and like, because it has like built-in modes. Like when you start your new game, you can choose like what mode you want to do. So like if you wanted like to do Nuzlocke, you check the Nuzlocke box, and then like it would automatically do all the stuff for you, or like an Egglock or something.
Interesting. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's really cool. And so like I want to do something like that maybe, but that's not even out yet. It's just like maybe 70% done or 80% done, they said. And that was a few months ago, so it's any day now. But maybe not, because I don't know. We don't know what we're gonna do with this channel just yet.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Well, it's already happening. We're uploading regularly now.
It's happening.
And when school is gone, we're gonna like post all those like those competitive like little educational things, which I guess was what our channel was supposed to be in the first place. So we're gonna have more main series videos like that, which is gonna be cool.
I feel like different YouTube channels have different like days or like what's it called?
Schedules.
It's like sometimes like a different main show. Like their main show, they only do like once a month, and then they have like the whole month of different like side episodes or side projects of doing.
Yeah, like us with our verses and our podcast, and I guess our playthroughs if we do that, and like things like that. But then we'll have like our main series, like competitive stuff, like once a month or so. Yeah.
So that's channel stuff.
I guess.
It's almost there. We're almost there, guys.
Yep.
So, do you want to take an audio break right now? Because we've been talking for like half an hour.
We've only been talking like 20 minutes.
Let's take an audio break. We'll be right back.
Everywhere they feel Illuminati. Cash grabbing, Illuminati. Can't run away from Illuminati. They never stop watching. So it's all it takes to join the Illuminati.
We are back.
Oh, hi. We're back?
It's time to talk about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. We've had them for at least 3-4 weeks now, and a lot of people have beaten the game, surprisingly enough.
I feel like that this is like spoiler zone. Like we're pretty free to like spoil.
Yeah. So yeah, spoiler warning. We're gonna talk about everything we can.
If you don't want that, then stop listening. I don't know why. Yeah.
I mean,
spoiler alert.
You've had your time with the game. And
yeah.
So we're just gonna get into it then. So
right.
Before we talk about those things right there, just like what are your
things?
what are your general feelings about the game, like in general?
I'm not really fond of. I mean, I love it. Great game. It definitely did the original game's justice. Really, my biggest criticism actually isn't a big one. It's just the fact that they just gave you a Latios or a Latias for free. Like you didn't even have to battle and capture it. Seemed really weird and off to me. Like, it just wasn't. I don't know. It didn't make sense. It went against like everything. It just made it not a challenge like the game. But that was like. I mean, you can turn the EXP share off and it's better. It's an actual challenge. But then they give you a Latios and Latias still. Like, even if you do that little hard mode, whatever you want to call it, like, you're given a free legendary.
Yeah.
And Psychic Dragon's a good type. And it has, like, over 600 base stats. Like,
I think they're the only of their kind.
They're the only Psychic Dragons, yeah. It's just, I don't know. It just didn't make sense, and it was... And then it gave you its Mega Evolution, and that's when you get Mega Evolution. Like, it just didn't make sense at all. At least with X and Y, when you got the Lucario, it wasn't a legendary Pokemon. Like, you know?
I guess. But, like, I mean, they were talking about Latios and Latias the whole time, and, like, I kind of expected them to save it for the end of the game, but, like, a big marketing thing was soaring.
Yeah.
And, like, to save that for post-game would be kind of, like, why would you do that? But, like, I mean, it is what it is.
It was so early in the game.
Yeah, it's after the 5th badge.
Well, you don't get the... Well, you get Latios after you get the 3rd badge, right? Or Latios,
No,
5th.
5th.
After
you beat your dad.
Mauville.
After you beat your dad.
After you get Surf.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you get the... I thought that was... Yeah, that was Watson. Watson, if you beat him, then his gym badge gives you the ability for Surf.
No.
Really? Who's...
Yeah, your dad. Because after you come out of your dad's gym, Wally's dad gives you Surf.
Oh.
And then Wally takes you to Mauville to Surf. You're getting that, like...
Okay.
That's... You need to get to Mauville City to get to
Okay.
that route after that, is what you're thinking.
Okay. Yeah. But, like, I mean... Yeah. I mean, give us, like, a... Latios or Latias, like, early in the game, but, like, the fact that they just gave it to us. Like, we didn't have to battle and capture it. Just didn't make sense. And then you can't even use the Eon Flute until after you beat the Fortree gym. That's when he gives you the Eon Flute, right?
No.
When does he give you the Eon Flute?
After you beat the Cave of Origin. After you get Groudon or Kyogre.
Okay. So then why give us a Latios and Latias so early then? It just doesn't... If we're literally not even going to be able to use Soar later on, like, that argument doesn't make sense then. Like, if we can't even Soar earlier on, then why give it to us that early on? Why not give us Latios and Latias later on when we can actually use Soar?
Who knows? I mean, they have their reasons, and I used the Latios the first time around, and it didn't feel like I was too overpowered because it really limited its moveset. Like, there wasn't anything really stand out-ish other than Luster Purge, but you don't really get anything good until like 60s.
Well, we did get Latios, which is the blue one.
Yes.
And that's not really a special attacker though. The attacking one is Latios. They have like Latios is the attacker, and then Latios has the defensive stats. So if you got Latios, if you have Alpha Sapphire, those people must have just breezed through the game, like.
If they used it.
If they used it, yeah. Which I guess.
You don't even have to use it. I guess it's up to you.
Yeah, but like, we didn't get a Rayquaza for free.
No, because he's a legendary.
Yeah,
he's a more important legendary.
Well, he's
and this whole time they've just been not really secretive with Latios and Latias. They're kind of like the partner of this game, I'm guessing. Like, they're the legendary that's supposed to be with you. Like,
we didn't have that in any other game though, and especially not in Ruby and Sapphire.
Well, they're changing their formulas, aren't they?
I guess so, but like, we didn't. I don't know. They didn't even do that
like,
for X and Y.
Not every person who plays Pokemon is like us.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been like a wow factor for younger kids or people who don't really play Pokemon. Like, wow, this is a legendary I have now. That's cool.
I guess it just takes away the challenge of like the game. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I like my games having some sort of challenge, and like, I want it to be fun. I don't know.
Oras just did seem kind of empty.
Mm-hmm. The post game's pretty empty.
It wasn't as empty as X and Y's.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I mean, compared to like Ruby and Sapphire was really empty post game, but Emerald had a huge post game because of the Battle Frontier. We'll talk about that in a bit, I guess. But like, when we were playing Fire Red and Leaf Green, huge post game. You get to go to all the Sevi Islands, and then you also get to go to like 8 and 9 and stuff later if you have the event, and like, I don't know, there was a way more like adventuring to do. It literally felt like a new region. Well, it technically was or whatever, but like, it actually felt like a new region, but just without gym battles. It was an adventure, it was a story, you know? And I guess those were really the only games that had that, but I don't know, I kind of liked the post games and other games too. All in all, Oras had a pretty decent post game, I guess. X and Y.
It's better than what we've been getting.
I'd say X and Y probably had the worst post game.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just Mewtwo and Looker.
And the Looker chapters were cool, but I don't know. It was short.
Anyway, adios. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's move on. I didn't notice it until I was watching a Let's Play of Alpha Sapphire. In Sutopolis City, there's AZ's Floette's flower in that tree that's next to Cave of Origin. Which is kind of neat. I mean, it doesn't do anything, and you can't like interact with it, but it's there.
It's the same tree that AZ supposedly brought over, right? Didn't the guy say like that large man from Kalos gave us this tree or something?
Something like that. I remember Wallace said something about a large man.
No, I thought it was the old guy that said that the large man brought the tree. Gave him the tree. Oh, no.
The large man gave him the tree.
This is a very impressive, very
just-
large,
He planted it in Sutopolis
very large
City.
piece of wood.
Yes. Up, that's AZ and Floette
Yeah.
wood. He gave him the D.
That's kind of weird, like how. I mean, because we're getting AZ's Floette at some point, right?
Yeah.
Do you think like maybe that'll be like some sort of part, like that flower will play some sort of part in it?
Yeah, it'll probably be in that area.
Is in AZ's Floette's description. It says like that the flower it's holding is a flower that's been extinct for thousands of years. And then all of a sudden, when Floette comes back at the end of X and Y, then that's like the first time that flower has been like in the world for 3,000 years or a couple thousand years, and it's being held by the Floette. And then like here it is finally growing again in the world, and it's in the tree that that AZ brought over. So like maybe that flower is like Floette's flower, and it's just chilling around the tree, which like Floettes and Flabébés are supposed to do. They're supposed to hang out in little garden areas and like in trees and stuff like that for their like whole lives. And then like, so here is that flower, the only flower like that in the world, in this garden tree area where Floettes and stuff live. It's possible that like the Floette is there.
Could
Unless-
be. I'd like to
Unless
think
maybe
so.
like he just started like, I don't know, cross-pollinating and then brought it back, but I doubt he cares.
I mean, it's the only flower that stands out right there in
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on from that. Deoxys, episode Delta.
Yep. Oh, we have
Um,
theories on that.
I killed him the first time. I saved the world.
Yeah.
Actually, if you kill him, you can still catch him
Oh, really?
again.
No.
Yeah, you just have to beat the Elite Four again, and then I think he shows up on some route.
Oh, okay. Alright.
So if you did kill him, you can catch him again. That goes the same with any other legendary too.
We have speculations and stuff. What's
Okay,
your
so
speculation
let's,
on it? Or do you have one?
I think their ours are the same thing if we're looking at the same
Yeah.
picture, right?
So, like, I have this idea that, like... Alright, and Carbink is, like, a mutation of, Or no. Diancie is a mutation of Carbink, is what it says, right? That's what it says in, like, the Pokédex entry or whatever.
Yes.
So,
something
like-
that, yeah.
And Mega Evolutions came around. Like, the first Mega Evolutions came around just when AZ, like, fired that, like, cannon or whatever, that energy beam into space. And Diancie has a Mega Evolution. So, like, maybe, like, that beam started, like, mutating some of the Pokemon, like Carbink and stuff, into like, Diancie. And the thing is, that beam fired in the sky. Like, to the sky, where there's meteors and stuff, and in Deoxys's Pokédex description, he's a mutation of a space virus. So maybe it mutated, maybe that same beam mutated Deoxys into what he is now, like 3,000 years ago.
Speaking of which, do you remember when after you beat Kyogre or Groudon and you catch them, that green beam of light goes up? What the hell is that?
Rayquaza.
No, Rayquaza's not there at all. That was an Emerald he does that, but Rayquaza's not there to do that because it comes from the sea. And it spreads Megastones everywhere, if you didn't notice
That beam?
Yeah.
There was already Mega
Because
Stones
after that,
throughout the game.
No. After that, the post-game Megastones appear. You can get those Megastones before the game actually ends.
Wait, so...
Because in that cutscene of what it shows, like, the world's back to peace or whatever like that, it shows Little Root Town, and you know how Mewtwo Knight X is in Little Root Town? It shows it right there at that point. So I'm just thinking, well, it probably spreaded those Megastones.
Like, some
right?
Megastones you can already obtain, like, when you're playing the game. Like, you don't have to beat the game to get some of the Megastones.
Right, yeah.
The Megastones that you do have to beat the game for, do they show up at that point? So you don't actually have to beat the Elite Four to get those extra Megastones, those post-game Megastones?
Yep.
So they're not. So they're technically.
Some of them,
not
at least.
post-game Megastones. They're just. No, but there are some Megastones where you have to beat the Delta episode first, though. You have to beat the Delta episode, and that's how you get all the Megastones.
Because I'm guessing more of them fell from the meteor.
So, like...
And if we're going by that logic with Rayquaza blowing stuff up, or setting it right...
Mm-hmm. I'm not buying that one, because... Literally the only new Megastones...
Okay, so then where do they come from, then?
Probably the meteor. Probably only from the meteor, but not from the gigantic green beam. Because when that happens, there's no new Megastones on the map. Like, all the Megastones on the map are already there.
Yes,
like, which ones?
I told you, Mewtwo Knight X is there.
You have to
After
beat
that
the... I thought for Mewtwo Knight X, you have to beat the Delta episode first. Oh.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah. Go back and watch that cutscene of after the green beam of light, after that got on a Kyogre. Pay attention specifically to the Little Root scene. Look to the left, and there's the sparkling of the Mewtwo Knight X, and it wasn't there before. Not that any of this matters or anything, but like, it's just something to point out.
It was after... That happened after you battled, yeah.
Primals, yeah. And then speaking of Rayquaza, while you're looking at that, in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 1, Rayquaza is in that. Spoilers for like a 15-year-old game, by the way. Not 15-year-old. It's an old game. But Rayquaza saves the Earth in that one too by blowing up a meteorite.
Yeah.
And that's what he does in the Delta episode too. So those universes could be possibly linked, is what I was thinking about too.
Alright, hang on, I'm on the clip right now. Keep talking.
And, let me see. Well, Deoxys, I feel like... Me personally felt like you're supposed to defeat Deoxys. And so I defeated Deoxys. I didn't catch him. And, yeah, that was my thing. So
the beam comes from Sootopolis, doesn't come from the sky.
Yeah,
okay. That came from Origin.
Right there. Yeah.
It's like a force field.
And then,
yeah,
it breaks and
I see sparkling.
Sparkly stuff falls down.
Okay, yeah. I'm seeing the clip. It is in the background of Little Root, yeah.
Yep. And I didn't notice that until I watched the Let's Play.
Yeah, when the beam happens, there's a...
So in that case, then which Megastones are available after that?
I'm sure like Cerebi or something probably has a list. Hang on. Looking at it again. Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of sparkling things are falling from the sky. And there's also like... There's like a jet stream, like, you know when you're flying like a plane, like when you're watching planes like in the sky, how it kind of leaves like a stream of like clouds?
Yes.
There's a stream coming out of Sootopolis. It's not stationary, it's moving. Whoa, yeah, it's like literally moving. Something is like flying out of Sootopolis.
So it could be Rayquaza? I don't know.
Rayquaza No, people would see it. Their cause is gigantic. It's after.
Some other being.
Okay, so all the sparkling happens is like falling down from the sky, and then that whatever that is starts shooting up to the sky. Out of Satopolis. What the hell?
See, there's so many things
Yeah.
you don't notice until you look again.
That's really weird. Okay.
Speaking of, let's move on. Mirage spots, and I thought it was neat to note that they're like portals of time, and that's why they play like the battle music specific to where that Pokemon came from.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't remix it at all, and it's like you're kind of going back in time to when they had their own game. Like in the Raikou and Suicune battle, it plays the Gold Silver
Well, like,
music.
Obviously,
And,
there's multiple universes, right? Xenia even literally says,
Yeah.
like, there's a universe where, like, the meteoroid, we're never threatened from it. Like, I mean, there's obviously multiple universes, even within the same generation. Like, and then, like, depending on what version you have, like, either Maxie or Archie's, like, dude, there could be a whole different world where, like, I'm the one who, like, starts winning, like. So, like, obviously, these are from different dimensions. Like, different universes.
Right. And the Mirage spots, I think they're called like hyperspace holes or something like that. Something holes is where the Pokemon came from, and that's where Hoopa. That's Hoopa's special move is hyperspace.
I think I just
hole or
peeked the mic
hyperspace
by
something.
sneezing. You can edit that out.
It's okay.
Yeah, they are called something weird like that, yeah. Which is like Hoopa's, like, move. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where Hoopa comes
Yeah,
from.
when in the Koro scans of like when it was showing all the Mirage Spot like Pokemon like coming out of stuff, like it literally showed a silhouette of Hoopa. Like in the background of like all this stuff. It's kind of silhouetted in purple. It's literally like the Hoopa art that like Cerebi posted. That like they posted and like they took down like immediately. Like it's literally like the exact same artwork too, or at least the outline of it. Like down to like the way the horns are like curved and everything. Like obviously that's Hoopa. Like how is Hoopa like connected to all of this? Like I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Oh, Hoopa. More on Hoopa. The Lumiose Ghost Girl. There's multiple Ghost Girls, actually. I think I told Hunter this. Oh, she's probably gonna have something to do with Hoopa. You know how she says, "No, you're not the one." And I'm thinking once you get a Hoopa, you'll be the one. She'll probably give you the item that transforms Hoopa into its alternate form.
She's like a ghost. Why is she
No,
like
she's not a
levitating?
ghost. Well, she's a ghost in that one, but she's firmly on the ground in Oras. You can even talk to her again. You can't do that in X and Y.
Yeah, but it's in the cemetery. Well, like in the ghost girl in X and Y, when she's not like moving, because she has that weird like floating animation when she's moving, but when she's not moving, her legs are normal. She's like just standing like any other NPC. She's standing normally when like she's like standing still, but when she's moving, she's hovering. And in the one in Oras, she's standing. So obviously if she were moving, maybe she'll be levitating, but I think it's the same ghost girl.
Perhaps. But there is another Ghost Girl in that game.
Oh yeah.
In
No,
the Elite
that's
Four.
not a Hex Maniac. That's a completely
In-
different.
Yeah, that's an actual Ghost Girl.
Elite Four Phoebe? Phoebe?
Phoebe.
The ghost one. Yeah, if you battle
Yes.
her, there's literally
A Ghost
Sitting
Girl
in the chair.
background. for like a split second before
Yeah.
Phoebe like raises
then-
her hands and says, "That's why."
And then when
ghost
it's
girl
like
is
the
sitting in
side
chair.
view of like the two of you, she's in the background of like your like head and her arms. So like she's
yeah,
just
that's
like
kind of creepy.
chilling around in that room, like everywhere in that room.
Also, what when Phoebe's like talking to you before that over the next shot, that's the ghost girl looking at you, like the two of you, because it's kind of like the camera's kind of like moving.
Wait, say
And
that again.
moving
Wait, the
closer to
camera
the two of
angle is
you.
her angle.
Yeah, if you watch that that camera angle of her walking towards you is the ghost
What?
girl. After the point where you see her in the chair, then it jumps to Phoebe dancing again.
Before you battle her, it shows Phoebe walking
Yeah.
towards you.
No, look at are you on the video?
No, not on the video. Hang on.
It's not important, but
I want to know what you're
It's-
talking
it's
about.
more Ghost Girl.
Hang on. Yeah, I have the clip of it. Hang on. She's dancing.
that part where the camera's like zooming up to
Walking
them, that's the
towards
ghost girl
Phoebe?
walking towards them. Phoebe and you. Before it shows the ghost girl over your neck, it does that scene before.
The one where it's showing your face and the back of Phoebe's head.
Yeah, that's the ghost girl walking
I
towards
can
you.
see that, I guess. Yeah, I'm watching like the ghost girl is like literally actually she's like right next to your face. Right under your chin.
Yep. It's really creepy. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's
Anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny.
that. Delta.
Oh, I have-
Z Data.
Okay. Well, this is just my personal I guess theory, speculation, which it's probably false actually, because we're gonna talk about a reason why in a second with 2 Pokemon games. But all right, so I think that the next Gen 6 games, a lot of people are speculating, oh, it's gonna be Pokemon Z, or it's gonna be like a Pokemon Delta Emerald. I think it's gonna be a Delta Z. So like, to hear me out. The only games where we're able to go in like more than one region was Gen 2. Right after you beat Johto, like the Johto Pokemon League, you can go into Kanto. And then you can play through the entire Kanto, like you can battle Brock, Misty, and all that. It's the same. It's basically Pokemon Red and Blue all over again. Except it's like just a new campaign. So I think people want like games where they go into more than one region, right? Everyone's like, make games with like every region, except that's impossible. But like, maybe if they did Kalos, and then after you beat Kalos, you go into Hoenn and have your adventure there. So like, here's some like things that I think would work. Because obviously Oros happens right after X and Y, right? I think that's pretty much given. There's so much evidence for it.
Right.
So like, what if it was your character with the trainer customizations and everything? After you beat X and Y, you go into Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or Z. You'll go into Hoenn. And especially since people are all like, why didn't you bring trainer customization into Oros? Like, now we're playing Hoenn and we have trainer customization. And also people are pretty bummed that you can't have all the Mega Stones in X and Y. Well, now you can literally, like, just go to the Kalos part of the map, and you have all like, you can have Mega Beedrill and Kalos and all that. It has all the Mega Stones. So it's like, it would fix all of the things that people are complaining about. And I think maybe that's like they're pulling like an Xbox One kind of thing where they're like, we're gonna put a bunch of things that people hate into this like new console, or in this case this new game, and then fix it and then add all those things when it comes out. Because that's what they did with the Xbox One. All the things people were complaining about, it's in the Xbox One again. So like, what if, except in this case they just did a new Pokemon game that was Delta Z. So you have trademark customization. You have all the Mega Stones. You have all the things. It's literally both the games, both the regions into one, just like Gold and Silver and Crystal and all those. Was that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Could you go into Kanto?
Yes.
Yeah, thought so. Okay.
Did you not play that game?
I got really bored with Soul Silver, to be completely honest. After, I don't know, I just got bored with it after a while. But, yeah, I think that's how that's gonna go. Maybe. And it would give Zygarde a purpose, because Zygarde's just doing nothing. He's literally the Z Pokemon, and he has no purpose.
And his stats are terrible.
Yeah, he's really bad. Some people, like I saw Tyranitar Tube talking about like new forms for Zygarde or whatever, but I don't know. But like, I don't know. I think it would give Zygarde a purpose, because they always have like the third Pokemon, because there's the game mascots, right? There's Groudon and Kyogre in Gen 3's example. There's Groudon and Kyogre. But then, like, Rayquaza didn't play a huge role. You can just go into the Sky Pillar and capture him. But then, in Emeralds, he actually, like, there's that scene where, like, he comes down from the sky and all that. Like, he breaks up the fight. Like,
yeah,
it gave that Pokemon, that third Pokemon, which didn't have any purpose in the game, they gave it a purpose in Emerald. And then they did the same thing with Giratina, where like Giratina had no points in Diamond and Pearl. Like literally there was no point to him. But then in Platinum, they gave him a purpose. And I think they're gonna do that. And like Kyurem too. Kyurem in Black and White. In Black 2 and White 2, you fuse them together in cool things. So I think Zygarde is gonna have an important part in the next game. Which would make sense if they'd made a Z, but added all the features from Oros, which obviously they would do. Like, I don't know why.
More Mega Evolutions
What?
too. Probably would get more Mega Evolutions too.
Yeah, like it makes no sense why they would make a game after Oros and then not put like Mega Beedrill and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And so, obviously it's gonna be a new story, and it would bridge the gap of what happened with like obviously AZ. Is like there's something happened with AZ where he went to Hoenn for whatever reason in Oros because he was there, and that was not explained at all.
AZ's not related to Xenia, right?
I don't think so.
No, because she was just those dragon people.
Yeah,
right?
she was with the Draconids. But well maybe, who knows? We don't know. But yeah, Xenia just kind of came out of nowhere. And maybe Delta Z...
She's really cool.
Yeah. I like how, like, weird and, like, Matryoshka-esque. She's just really scary.
Her, like, the intro to her battle was like, calm the fuck
I know,
down.
she looks freaky. Like, she just, like, Have you ever seen Matryoshka, the song?
Yeah.
It's like that. She's freaky in that kind of way. Crazy kind of... It's really cool. But then she came out of nowhere.
But after that, she's like, yeah, I'm fine, whatever.
Yeah.
She has emotion. She's not completely crazy.
But I kind of like how that's her, like, persona, though.
Yeah.
And she really came out of nowhere in the story, like, literally out of nowhere. I kind of like how they kind of included her with how she was in Team Magma and Aqua.
She's there the whole time. Basically.
Even the first time you encounter them, yeah. When you're walking out of the forest. But, like, I don't know. She still kind of came out of nowhere to me, and it made no sense. And the Draconids, what the hell was that about? So maybe Delta Z would give her more of a backstory, too?
Maybe you play as her. That'd be cool.
And...
They wouldn't do that, but, like...
So this would be a cool place to lead into. So like, the post game of X and Y was basically Looker. That was like the coolest part. What happened in Oros? Why is he just on the ground, washed up on the beach? Like,
and why doesn't he remember?
Yeah,
anything?
why is he having amnesia? Like, and at the end of
And why does he have Autonite?
Yeah, why does he have Autonite? And like at the end of X and Y, he's taking Zerostic to like the international police headquarters or whatever on that train. But like, what if something happened? What if like Zerostic like escapes? And then like,
And you know what? There's still a lot of stuff in X and Y that they haven't even talked about, like the power plants and like the train station for even that matter.
Yeah. Like, and that note in the back of the train station.
Yeah, wait here. I'm going to go get it or something.
Yeah, like,
yeah, we're definitely going back to Kalos.
yeah. I mean, whether or not it's gonna link to like a Delta, like whether or not it's gonna link to Hoenn, we're definitely going back to Kalos. I think it will link to Hoenn though. I think it's gonna be one game that bridges the two, and then like it may like explain way more of what happened, and it gives like the post game in Oros way more flavor because maybe Zerostic is like free, and that's how Zygarde comes into the picture. Because wasn't Team Flare's whole thing to release like Yveltal and Xerneas?
Yeah, they didn't know about Yveltal. Zygarde. Yeah, they didn't mention him at all.
But maybe Zerostic in the post game is gonna have like a little bit to do with Zygarde. I don't know. This is theory and it's probably wrong because should we? I guess we should talk about like Tamashii and all that.
If you want.
So Tamashii in her last video,
Tamashii
Hiroka, great YouTuber. She was when we got the those little music samples for the Pokemon, damn it, what's it called? Symphonic Evolutions. She was one of the people. She was one of the YouTubers that Game Freak like sent the stuff to. And so she's very like tied with Game Freak. Like they're always talking back and forth, and she gets she gets a bunch of games early. So do people like the Dex. They get games early. The Jay Witz gets games early, but like, so she being one of those people that talks to Game Freak a whole lot. In her review of Ruby and Sapphire, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, she talks about the next 2 Gen 6 games. She kind of lets something slip. Maybe. I don't know. Probably.
I don't think she's as connected as that, but like, yeah, she knows. She's speculating like us. Yeah. She probably knows about as much as us.
Well, she's had like.
They wouldn't up and tell her, okay, well, this is gonna happen. Don't say anything.
Well, they did that with Jay Witz and Maryland. They told them a bunch of things. Yeah, remember when Maryland got all that info on all those legendaries? They told Maryland about all these things, then he posted about them, and they were like, Game Freak was like, no, take that down. Yeah. So like, I mean, and she like interviews with Game Freak people, like. She interviews them a lot. So she's somehow connected, and she gets games early and stuff, so she's one of those reps. And, like, she specifically said the next 2 Gen 6 games. Like, why would she just say that there's going to be 2 more Gen 6 games? She didn't even say it, like, straight out. She literally said, like, in the next 2 Gen 6 games, I think this, like, what? And this was in her Oros review, so it's not like she was talking about Oros. So that was really weird when I heard that. I was like, what? And of course everyone's like talking about it now, but like, I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, only people like that do, apparently. Oh well. I mean...
If that is the case, then like my whole Delta Z thing is probably wrong, because if there's gonna be 2 games, then why would there be 1 Delta Z, right?
Maybe it's Delta Z and Alpha Poop.
Who knows? Maybe they'll do Delta Emerald and then Pokemon Z. Maybe those are the 2 games. I don't know.
Oh well. Just final stuff to mention. Mauville.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of stuff in Mauville now.
Mauville's
Huge. I mean, people were talking about getting lost in Lumio City, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I definitely got lost more in Mauville than I did in Lumios.
Yeah, Mauville is kind of like, so like, in the Sea Mauville, someone said like they were all connected, right? Some NPC was like, that's why this is called the Sea Mauville. They're all connected because they're all one corporation or something like that.
Mauville wanted to make a bigger like name for itself or something like that, and something went wrong.
So I'm actually at this part in the game right now. I'm actually at the Sea Mauville right now. So there's a diary of the person I guess ran. It doesn't really say like ran the Sea Mauville or something. And he says well, he's sorry what he did to all of his like crewmates because now they're out of the job. And so he says oh crap, hang on, where is it? I just ran out of the room.
In that case, there's 2 different like sets of diaries. There's one between, I think, the captain and his kid, and it's just like the kid's letters, and then there's that one you're talking about.
Oh yeah. I just ran into the kids' letters. Yeah. Give me a minute. I just lost it. I was literally just reading it while I was playing the podcast. But he said like I'm a horrible person or something. He's like I'm a horrible person. And then in Mauville City, the second floor where all the apartments are, in the apartment there's like a guy in a suit, and he's like, what happened back there? I'm a horrible person. Like, he literally says, like, word for word the exact same thing. So, like, it's... I'm speculating that, like, that's the... well, actually, I'm pretty sure it's given anyway. That's canon. Like, that's the guy that, like, owned the ship or something. And then,
What about that... the haunted apartment you're talking about?
Oh, yeah. In Mauville City, the second story again... There's an apartment. It's like when you go to an apartment that's like locked, there's like an intercom, right? And then you press the intercom, and then someone's like, well, it usually says that there's no response because it's locked. It's like there was no response when like everyone that's locked, because the intercom, no one like says anything. Or no, it says there's no reply. But then at one of them, it says, okay, with this apartment, if you click on the sign says, this unit is vacant. There is a great deal on the lease. And then if you click at the door, if you click on the intercom, there's just ... Like, there was a reply. It didn't say there's no reply. There was a reply. Like...
You can't go in there,
it's vacant and it's locked for whatever reason. And there's a great deal on the lease. Like, why would there be a great deal on the lease? Why don't people want to rent that apartment? Unless it's, like, haunted or something. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it has rats or something, I don't know. But, like, no one wants to live with rats. It's the rats that, like, they're like, rah, or something on the intercom.
Could be a whole bunch of different reasons.
Rattata. Just like...
Or maybe it's just your character going, who knows? Again, back in Smallville, it's just a little detail that I'd like to point out. And I think Pokemon has been doing stuff like this for, I think I would just say since X and Y is, they're starting to get more, like, cool, or, like, more understanding about, like, sexuality and stuff like that. Like, more themes like that are coming to be a thing in Pokemon. Like in X and Y, and I think the Battle Mason, there is a canon trans female, as one of the people who battle. Yeah. And she used to be a he. She says, just a year ago I was a black belt, and the only class in X and Y of black belt
the
is a
others
guy.
called battle girls. Yeah.
And so that's the trans girl. And then in X and in Oros, there's lesbians. This one's a little more subtle. There's one room in Smallville where the door is locked and you need a key to get in. And when you walk in, there's two girls just hanging out in there,
next to the bed,
facing each other. And one of them's like, I thought I locked the door, and the other girl's
like
just
blushing.
Like, yeah. And then she gives you the key to get out.
Yeah, that was funny. I remember that.
That was very nice. But yeah, I just think it's really cool that Game Freak is
Nintendo in general
doing that. Yeah, doing that
stuffs.
stuff. Like, you can write gay now,
and like,
yeah, you can write gay in Pokemon now. Like, I named the Pokemon I'm gay, and I sent it off in Wonder Tree.
Okay,
and it went through.
But I mean, it's kind of funny how like they're taking it like very carefully, like,
yeah,
to where like if someone who, I think most of the world is pretty developed now, who doesn't really care, but there's a lot, even in like the U.S., there's a lot of places in like Kentucky and stuff that's very like anti-gay. Like, even if those people played it, like, they don't have to take it in a gay kind of sense. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's very subtle.
So
what they do.
I don't know. I kind of like how they're being like adding this still though, like.
They're just like, hey, if you get it, you get it.
If you don't want it, if you don't want to get it, it still works this way. Like, I mean, I don't know, but yeah. I think that's kind of funny. The trans girl, I remember that. Yeah, that's really cool.
That really made me feel like I love Pokemon.
And how the
like I already loved them before, but that like cemented.
Game Freak in general has been doing weird things, like the Toads being genderless. Although I guess that's not really a sex thing. That's like their race anyway. Yeah,
biological.
I mean,
thing.
They literally don't have male and female like in that race, but like, still, I mean, like,
they're all Magnemite.
Yeah.
Or legendaries, for that matter.
I don't know, but like, Nintendo's been pretty cool about that recently, I think. Yeah. We pretty much talked about all. Oh, the Lumio Ghost Girl. Did we talk about her? And Mount Pyre.
Yep. In detail.
What was the berry stuff?
You can transfer those berries to X and Y now.
Yeah, for you guys who remember, Maryland, like a while ago, was talking about in his video about the
I think he was reviewing X and Y.
It was like the X and Y, like
remember.
the playbook or something, a strategy guide, and
strategy guide.
It said that there was like berries that you can't get in like Kalos, that you had to trade over from Kalos. And the key word there was trade, because you can't put items up on what's it called, bank, on Pokebank. So obviously you would have to trade, so it had to have been a Gen 6 game. And here comes Oros, which new berries, which you can trade over to X and Y, and then breed all the berries and do more berry breeding combinations. So that's that. We finally have our berries.
Yeah. They're only really useful at contest.
And for competitive, you want those lum berries and those citrus berries and stuff, and those berries that have to do with EVs, you want to be able to breed those. So, that's going to be mostly done in X and Y because Oros doesn't have that breeding berry mechanic, so that's unfortunate. If it was Delta Z, then you can go to Kalos whenever you want and breed berries that way. But there's no plots like that in Hoenn.
Well, that's a whole bunch of stuff we just talked about.
VGC 2015 prep is out. There's a temporary format for VGC before they finalize the official VGC format. I think the official format's going to come out next year. Obviously, it's 2015. If you guys want to play in it. We know next to nothing. I actually know nothing about it, actually, except it's less stupid than the X and Y VGC format, where you can play with every Pokemon. So yeah, you guys should play in it. It's really cool. It's fun. I guess I haven't played in it. Maybe it's not fun. Don't play in it. Yeah. Do whatever you want to do. If you don't like Pokemon, go and play Halo. Just play whatever you want. Play some Minecraft, some Hearthstone. Whatever you're into. Why not Hearthstone?
Maybe not Hearthstone. Maybe just not Hearthstone. I don't know. I lose a lot of friends to it.
Don't be one of those friends.
Don't play Hearthstone. Don't leave me just because you got a new game and I can't play it.
It's a card game.
I don't understand it.
Well, you're not really into card games, although you want to get into the Pokemon TCG. When I have money.
Yep. Anyway, we're moving on. We're gonna take a break and then be back for Pokemon news.
Oh,
your break. So we are back with Pokemon news.
We're back.
I've literally just been sitting here in the same spot for about 20 minutes. And now we're going to talk about a few things to point out.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of me drinking my water. Okay, sorry, what were you saying? Marley? What's up? You sound so sick of my shit. I'm sorry.
She just texted me.
I don't know. So Pokemon news. What?
Nothing. Pokemon news.
So Pokemon Art Academy
has okay. So there's these things called templates, and you download them, and it's a super they don't teach you anything going into it. So you're supposed to know everything about drawing and layers and shades and stuff like that before you do it. But they're giving out a Kyogre one. The last one was Dancy and Spooky Pokemon, so now it's Kyogre. It's the same thing.
Yep.
So that's the thing. I think it's actually done distributing now, but it was a thing. If you're curious,
it says that it's still out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But it is going to be temporary. Yeah.
Oros
got updated
again
to version
1.2.
1.2.
I don't know what it did.
Neither do I. On the page, it literally didn't say anything. Because you know where you can click to where it says like what it changed in the update?
Yeah.
It literally doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's just blank. That page, so I don't know. Okay, so this really doesn't make sense, I guess. The other day, Nintendo patented Game Boy emulator for the 3DS. Which, if you guys recall, there was this company making an app where you could play old Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games, but it was going to be a 3DS app. And they're not done with it. And then literally Nintendo was like, before the app came out, Nintendo patents that. I think probably because that company was doing it, because that company, there was like a lot of speculation over whether or not that's legal. So I guess Nintendo like patented it to literally make it illegal, to where they can literally sue anybody that does that. So maybe that does mean maybe we can get some like the Game Boy games on our 3DS. Like we maybe, honestly, Nintendo, if you're listening to this, if you put Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow on the eShop, bam, millions of dollars. Make it like $5. Make like $4.99.
A lot of money.
Millions of dollars, Nintendo. Make that happen. Like, you have the patent now. Like, I don't know.
But
Is
yeah.
there anything else to talk about?
No, that was a lot of stuff. Fuck.
Marley, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter. I did that because I was gonna sneeze, but it didn't come out. Instead, I coughed it. I think I'm getting sick.
It didn't come out.
You
Marley,
can find
where
me
can
on
we-
Twitter
okay.
at SNOHALATION.
At Snowhalation.
There you go. On Twitter.
Where you at? We're waiting for me to say it.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say it, but more things. And Tumblr, ixnayontheenk.tumblr.com.
And YouTube.
Snowhalation. I don't think you could type that in though. Just
Wow,
search
you're really dead today.
Just search it on YouTube, yeah.
I guess you can find me on YouTube at Hunter Good Music. You can follow me on Tumblr at Persomedy, PERSOMATEY. You can follow me on Instagram at Persomedy. You can follow
the
our
show on twitter.com/battlearcade.
at Battle Arcade. You can follow our show also on YouTube at the Battle Arcade Show. I'm on the Twitter a lot. Actually, that I'm basically using it as my Twitter.
Just follow Hunter at Battle Arcade.
you have the info for it too, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But like I'm if you want to
don't
follow me on Twitter, that's where you can find me, I guess. This has been another episode of the Chatter Café.
That's my job. That has been another episode of the Chatter Cafe. We will see you later. Goodbye.